Alright guys, how you guys doing today? So today I'm going to be talking to you about Pihole. I'm going to have a new adventure with this, about a cool ad blocker. And you see all these ads right here on the screen? These will all be gone. And Pihole is different than an ad blocker. It stops ads at the DNS level. So before the queries can come, when your network looks up a web page or something, those ads don't even come into it. It doesn't even bring them down. It says, nope, we're not looking for those. We'll go here and just bypass those. So it never even touches your network. So you save the data too. You can save a lot of data. I know, like, depending on your network and how much you use, it might be 40-50% of your network or more, just depending on how much ad blocking you want, but it's freaking awesome. And the difference between an ad blocker and an app blocker and Pihole is, here's the thing, Pihole won't be detected. It can't be detected by, how websites you go to, oh, please disable your ad blocker before you continue. You'll never have that. It won't know, like, oh, I don't have to worry about that, because guess what? I'll block it anyways. So it's going to be awesome, and it works great. We'll come back to this page after. This is just one that's easy to show you guys really quick how much of a difference it makes. But, all right, let's set this up now. So first what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to go to Raspberry Pi. Oh, there it is, right there. Raspberry Pi. Boom. So here we go, raspberrypi.org. And then we'll go to computers, and go to software. And we're going to want to go, and you're going to want to download for Windows. So let that go. It's downloading now. And go. Opening it up. Next, install. Boom. Run Raspberry Pi Imager. And this tool is really cool too, because not just doing for Raspberry Pis, but you can use it to format FAT32 for other devices and big hard drives, just depending on if you need a bigger sized storage. Windows itself has a limitation of, it's not a limitation, it's set limitation. It doesn't have to be there, but it's there to only do up to, I think, I'll put in the comments of what the size is. So look at right here, it should be right there. But yeah, it's weird, but this can bypass that, and you can make any size storage you want, FAT32. Pretty cool. So what we're first going to want to do is, I'm going to take my micro SD card that I got from, if I can get it out of here, there it is, my micro SD card, and put it in my device. Make sure too, if you have extra drives in there, and if you don't understand which is which, just make sure you look. Like, I'm going to click this now, and we'll go to my drives. And then we'll go to this PC. I think I put the drive in right, did I? Let's see. There we go. Making copies. Oh, that's right, because I'm not online. There we go. That's right, because I was checking because I'm not at home. I'm not at home, so that's why it's like this right now. So, yeah, there's the bootable media. Make sure that other things are labeled. So when you go to select, if you have any USB drives in there, just take them out. It's just easier to check if they're thumbsticks or anything like that, because you'll know the size difference for this. So now what you're going to want to do is we're going to go to Choose OS. And since my Pi can do the 64-bit, I want the 64-bit. So what we're going to do... Oh, in-game UHD, who cares? Okay, where is it? 64, other OSs was right there. Click this. I'm going to go, because I want to be able to use the full potential of the Pi. I don't want the light, I want the full OS. And then I'm going to choose the storage. Here's that 64 gig micro SD USB device. See? It's easy to tell that way. And we're going to hit right. Yes, erase it again. Putting the new 64-bit one on. Heck yeah. Here it goes. Now we're getting somewhere. Now this can take a little bit or a minute, just depending on how fast your micro SD card is. But we're gonna get right back into it as soon as this is done. So I'll get back to you when it's done. Alright guys, so we're back and it's just verifying now. So now we're just waiting for the verification. It's kind of going over the disk and making sure like, hey, everything seems to be in order. So you can use it now. So here we go. Let's see. It is almost done. Almost getting there. And finalizing now. Done. Has been written. Generic U micro USB stick you can now remove. Alright, and now you're going to put this back into your Pi and put the power on, and we'll get right into it next. Let's get over to it. So now, what you're first going to want to do is hit next. Then you're going to want to change to wherever location you are. I'm in the United States. I'm going to change this to, yeah, American English. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that we're going to go to LA for this, because I'm in LA time zone. Boom. You don't have to select this, but I like to, so it's just up to you. Okay, searching. Please wait. Yeah, it's probably going to get some updates and everything. What we need to do. What we will do. I forgot to. Okay, we are in. Okay, so we're going to plug the Ethernet cord into it. Because you want to do Ethernet, you don't want to use Wi-Fi on this, on the Pi-hole. Alright, so username. I'm going to name it Esser. It's going to be go. You can name it any password you want. There's no special characters or any of that stuff that you need. Oops. Perfect. Yeah. Wait. What a standard song. I think I messed up with the. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I'm stupid. Forgot. This was the only thing that can't be capital. There we go. Oh, I did it again. E. Nope. E, there we go. Alright, so now it'll go. Boom. Yep. Okay. Set up screen. Yes. Let's go next. Okay, now it's going to be searching, and we want to skip this. We don't want to use that. So update, yes. Checking for updates. Please wait. We will wait. This usually doesn't take too long. Reading packages. Most of it should already been updated. It's just so weird how some companies do that. Here, I'll download the latest ISO image from our website, but then there's more updates after. Like, look, there you go. Like, we just did it like right today, and now there's still updates. Like, you'd think you'd update it as you go. It's not like you update it every day, but it's just weird. Here we go. It's downloading. Shouldn't take much long at all. But I'm excited because I like Pi-hole. And there's different interfaces. You can do the light where it's more command prompty, but for beginners, I would say this is a lot more easier. It's just really easier. And I will put the commands too for rebooting the Pi-hole if you want to, and auto updating the Pi-hole, so you can do the command. I mean, rebooting your Raspberry Pi itself, and the update command for Pi-hole. So every time there's a new update, because you'll see it on the phone. Which I will show you guys too, what it looks like on the phone. That's pretty cool. I like to add a shortcut to my phone. I don't know if you guys can know this, but you can, on iPhone and Android, you can add shortcuts to home screens of web pages, and it'll have the Pi-hole logo on it and stuff, and you'll be able to see your interface and your queries and how many block lists you have on there and stuff, and refresh it from your phone. And you can scroll down to the bottom and it will tell you if your Pi-hole is up to date or anything like that. So it's pretty dang cool. Alright, so we'll get back into this once it's done. Let's Alright guys, so the updates are finishing up now. And then we'll get into the interface. Here we go. System is up to date. Perfect. Now we'll restart it. Did I hit it? I think it's redoing it itself. There it goes, yep. Yeah, we got it! Yay! Now we're waiting for it to come back. Here it goes. You know what the funny thing is? I'm actually not at home right now. So I'm actually using my phone charger for my Samsung to power this Pi right now. So it's pretty cool. I'm actually updating this for my mother and father-in-law. I already did mine. I did a video on it, but I accidentally had double audio, and I need to get this out for you guys. So I'm doing it here, and it's 12:59 at night, but I'm doing it for you guys and for me too, because I want to get it done for them, and I don't want their network to be down. Well, it's not really down. I set they already had this Pi-hole 32-bit. Now I'm making it the 64-bit one. So I've set their DNSs back to Cloudflare, so that they can at least, if my mom or father-in-law is up right now, they can still be searching on the main network. So this is the best time to do it with all my filming stuff at their house. They need to do it anyways. Like, heck, let's just do it. Alright, so now that we're in here, what we're going to want to do next is open up command. I call it command prompt. It just looks like it, but it's like command prompt kind of a thing. Then we'll go to the website. Oh, and also too, before we do the next step, you're going to want to make sure you go to your router, and you're going to want to find your Raspberry Pi on there and set the IP address that you want, and set it to static or reserve. Reserve is really static, but some routers call it reserve instead of static. The main business kind of grade routers will call it a static IP address, but reserve is kind of like consumer grade. I've seen a lot of it on. But yeah, you're going to want to set it to what you want so you remember it. I mean, if not, you'll write it down, you'll remember it that way. But you're going to want to do that. You're going to actually have to do that, because when you start pointing your devices to this Raspberry Pi as your Pi-hole, because every time, let's say the power goes down or you restart your router, it's going to give it a new IP address if you haven't set a static. And then when your devices go, like, oh, that device doesn't exist anymore. We can't send out data, and then you won't be able to search the internet. So it's pretty important. Okay, so now that we're here, and if it doesn't take your IP address, the new one right off the bat, what I would do is once you set a static IP address, just in this point of view where we're at in the Pi-hole, just unplug it and plug it right back in. All right, then we'll go to Pi-hole. Oops. I wasn't even looking at it. There it is. Go to the first one. Alright, and then we're going to bring this page over here for you guys so you guys can see it. So we're going to scroll down to this one right underneath this. We'll go install Pi-hole. It's going to take us to GitHub. Great place. So we're going to copy this link. I'm going to right click with the mouse, hit copy. Control C and Control V doesn't work on this part. We're going to hit paste, and we're going to hit enter. And now it's installing the Pi-hole. Here we go. Here we go. So basically, this page is done for now. We don't need that anymore for now. Now, we'll bring this here. Here we go. We are rocking. Okay, here we go. Okay, so then we're going to hit enter. Enter, yes. Just hit enter. Actually, continue. We have to hit continue to go over. You're going to have to go over with the keyboard, otherwise you'll hit exit. So go over, hit enter. And then we want Ethernet only, so that's perfect. Hit enter. Set a static IP address. That's the one they had before, so I'm just going to keep it what it is. It's even though I redid this Pi, it knows this by the MAC address, so it resets the same static IP address for it. So now we're going to hit continue again. Is it possible for your router? Yep. We're going to go yep. So now we're going to choose Cloudflare. Choose whoever you want. If you like Google DNS or who do you use your main provider, I love Cloudflare. It's way faster than Google. So that's what I always use. Never had a problem with it. So I'm going to go back to Cloudflare. You can look up Linus Tech Tip does a whole video on Cloudflare. So look it up how to make your internet faster. And Linus, you know what? I'll even put a video description up in the corner so you guys can see that video about it, about Cloudflare. So we'll hit enter. And then Pihole realizes third-party Linus in order to block ads. Yeah, Linus. What am I talking about? It's on the brain. Lists. Yep, we know that. Do you want to install the admin interface? Yes, you want the admin interface. Web server is required for admin interface? Yes. Would you like query logging? Yes. You have to be careful though, because some businesses don't allow you to do query logging. So you've got to make sure if you're doing this for business, because some businesses do this. You don't have to do it on a Raspberry Pi. You can do it on a Docker container, a VMs. There's a lot of stuff you guys can do it on. So yeah, just wanted to let you know. Just make sure it's not in your company policy so you don't get in trouble. So. And show everything. Same thing. You got to make sure you know your company policy. This is home. I'm going to show everything. I want to know what's on my network. All right. Now it's continuing the installation of it. There it goes. Do. Almost done. Should be much longer. It's pretty quick after this. And then we have to do some settings in the interface for you, and I'll show you that. Maybe we'll get back to this when this is done. I'll let you guys know. Alright, so it finished. So now it's just showing a password. Don't worry about this. I mean, the password thing, don't worry. I mean, we're going to make one right now, so just hit OK. We'll make our own password what we want anyway, so just bypass all that. So now we're going to exit this. And we're going to go back to here, bring this up, and we're going to bring the website up. And I'm going to remember, before we do the interface, I took a picture of the IP address on my phone, so I'm going to bring it up because I forgot this one because I don't use, this isn't my network, so I don't use it that often. I set it up and everything, but I don't remember IP addresses. I know my IP address like the bottom of my heart of every device on my network. So I'm going to go to images. Let me go to my camera roll, and am I gonna see it here? Let's see. Okay, so it's 2.168.1.224. Hit enter. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go see the password. Forgot password. Just do it. Do the same thing. Right click it. Copy. Paste. Hit enter. I'm going to put the password in. Hit enter. You're not going to see your password typed. So I'm just letting you know. Do it again. Enter successfully. I'm going to do it one more time though. You're going to want to do this twice. Just trust me, I've done this a lot. And then you're going to hit enter again, the password. Perfect. The password is set now. So now I'm going to exit this out. I'm going to refresh the page. And we're going to make this bigger. Put my password in. And boom, we are in. Never. Okay. These are the default ad lists that comes with this. Keep it in there. First thing we're going to do is get this. It's going to be. I got to get this off because it's going to irritate the heck out of me. Alright, web interface. Dark. Save. Yes. Way better. Star Trek one's pretty cool too. You guys can check that out. That's actually new. I'll show you what it looks like. Kind of like Star Trek-y and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. You know what? I don't know. I mean, it looks freaking cool, but I'm just gonna go back. Nobody's gonna really go into this. We're just gonna go back to dark. Save. All right. So now what the first thing is, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go back to the DNS and the settings, and we're going to make sure it says respond only on interface etho as an Ethernet. We're going to scroll down to the bottom here, and we're going to hit save. Perfect. That is saved. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go to and show you guys about this. So what I would recommend for 4 months, just use it with the default domain ad lists. Just keep that for now. You can always add more later. If you're an advanced user, go ahead and mess with it. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can add a lot of lists in that aren't good, and it can mess up your whole experience. And you'll be like, oh, I hate Pihole. I hate it. I just don't like it, and stuff like that. So now, just letting you know, the other networks are still configured to go to this IP address. So we do have some stuff coming in, but nothing bad. So it is showing ones coming in. But I just wanted to give you a heads up because they have different VLANs. So some of their VLANs they didn't change because they're IoT and guest, and there's no guests here. Right? Well, I'm the guest, but I took my stuff off it anyways. So let's just let you know that I would just keep these lists at least for a month, 2 months, just so you know that the Pi-hole is working and you didn't mess something up. If you want to add more lists, you can go to add lists here, and this is the default one it comes with, and you can add more in. Firebog and a lot of other websites are really great for ad lists and stuff. I'll put a link, so all you do is on my phone, I'll have to show you guys. I'm going to put, actually, you know what I could do? Yeah, I'll just put the list down on the bottom, and all you have to do is you select the list, you highlight it, it looks like kind of like these, and you just paste it in here and put add, and then you have to go back to tools, and you got to go update gravity list, and you'd hit update, and it's searching and updating all those lists, because those lists change all the time. People add new stuff to them, they change, so yeah, it happens that way. I'm just giving you guys a heads up, but I'll put all the list of all the best ones I put. Firebog is really cool. Just read which lists that you want. The green ones are really good. I mean, there's a description there. You guys aren't childs and stuff like that. When I put the list in there, it'll tell you, oh, the green lists are most least effective to affect your regular browsing. The blue list can affect your regular browsing and try at your own risk and stuff like that. But I'm going to put all the websites in, but you're going to have fun. Dig into it. I have 2 million sometimes on mine that I have, but this is theirs. I'm not going to mess with it. They're not IoT, so I'm not going to want to have to fix it all the time. I'm just going to update it for them. So next, what we're going to do is also that they have is every once in a while you can flush out your network logs and stuff. So if you go to settings, it's usually the first page, you can hit flush network table, and you can hit flush last 24-hour logs and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Now you will see the logs here. It'll show, if you scroll down, it'll show your most blocked devices and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And they also can and by the IP address. So if you, like I say, you give every device that should be on your network at all times, if you give them a static IP address, you can see, wow, that device is blocking a lot of stuff from that thing. Oh, my wife's phone, God, she just goes to all these places. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then here, the query logs. So the query logs are the websites that have been let through or blocked. They'll be red if they've been blocked, and you can whitelist them. These are gone through, and I can block these if I don't want to. So if you have a problem where something's not working, the best thing to do is keep refreshing the logs, and you see the block from that IP address. Like I said, you'll know, because you'll know which device you're on and trying to get through the website, or something that usually barely ever happens if you don't do crazy with all the blocks. But yeah, that's what you got to do, and just whitelist it. And you can do that through domains, and then you can add a blacklist and whitelist. So if you go to like www.facebook.com and you're like, I'm going to make that blocked, I'm going to make Facebook. So you go www.facebook.com and then add to blocklist. And then nobody can go to facebook.com who's pointed to the Pi-hole. So the whole network can't go to facebook.com or whatever like that. So it's pretty cool. Or if you're like, hey, facebook.com is not letting me go to it, I can go www.facebook.com, or I can just take it right off the web page up here and just copy these and put them in there and hit add to whitelist. and then it will let you go through. And then sometimes you might have to restart the router when you first do it, or restart the Pi-hole, and then you'll be good to go and rocking and rolling. Alright, so now we'll go back to the interface. You can see the temperature too. 30s. I've noticed too, I don't know if it's just because it's cooler right now, it's the winter time, but these Pi-holes, when you put the 64-bit OS on them, seem to run cooler. And it kind of made a little sense to me, I'm not sure, but you know, when a computer can get through data quicker, it's not going to get as hot because it can just get it through quick and done and start cooling down again. I can understand if it's 32, it's a little slower and can't utilize the whole thing. It could crunch a little longer where it gets hotter and it takes longer for it to get done with the workload, so it gets a little, you know, hotter. So that could be a thing too, but I've just noticed that. It's pretty crazy. So next, what we will do is we're going to close this out since this is all working. I will put a link in the description for this because we're going to set up so you can log in remotely. So there is this. I have both of these. They're two separate pieces. This plugs into the Pi-hole in the screen port. Sorry, it's just an adapter. And micro HDMI to HDMI adapter. And then this is called a dummy plug. It's a dummy plug. Because with TeamViewer, who I like to use to do this, is just cool. It wants to just, and most of these things, they want a screen detected. Unless you're going to SSH into it, I'm not going to do that remote when I'm at home or remotely. I just don't want to do SSH all the time. So, excuse me. You can get one of these and stick it in the port and plug it in, and it works. You can log in no matter what. I think some monitors in there. There's nothing in it. It's just a dummy plug. There's nothing in this thing at all. It's just a dummy plug. And I'll put a link for all these Amazon things in the description. Pretty cheap, $6 I think for the dummy plug or something like that. So it's pretty dang cheap. So I'm going to put a link in them in the Amazon links. I remember I'm not affiliated, so I don't get anything from this. So let's see here. Next. Alright, so next what we will do is we will install TeamViewer. That was just from my wife. She's saying, be quiet, I can hear you from upstairs. Alright, let's do this now. And it is 1:17 in the morning. Alright, so guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to TeamViewer. TeamViewer. I should have went Raspberry Pi too, because it's just going to be, it won't take me there right off the bat. I just like to do it right off the bat. Pi. Just put Pi. And there it is, Raspberry Pi. And since we're running the 64-bit OS version, we want the 64-bit OS version. So now, I think it's downloading. I did this. There it is. And with this, you don't have to do command prompt. In the 32-bit version back in the day, you had to paste it. It would do a command prompt thing for it, but not anymore. It's pretty cool. Here we go. Alright, keep. Click it. Install. Exit that out now. The password that we made, that's the user admin password that we did at the beginning. Installing packages. Yeah, let's install some packages. Sorry, you guys. I'll bring up the volume in post. Okay. But we're literally done with the Pi-hole. The Pi-hole is running as soon as we set it, and I will just show you that what I like to do next. So I'm going to tell you guys something. So if you have a Unify network or any kind of big network that you can do VLANs from pfSense or whatever, to be honest, some people like to use the Pi-hole to manage and give out DNSs and all that. I mean, DNSs, give out everything to, oh gosh, I can't even think, DHCP server. I'm not going to have this as a DHCP server because I'm going to have my router itself, the one that goes out to the internet, be still Cloudflare 1.1.1.1, and then secondary 1.0.0.1, and that, and I'll only do my VLANs. Each VLAN, I'll point each VLAN at the Pi-hole. So for any reason, if something happens to this Pi-hole and I'm not home and my wife's at home and she's irritated that for some reason it broke or went down, I can literally still log into my router, go to those VLANs, and set them back to 1.1. The Cloudflare manually, and the network will be back up and running again. So it's kind of like a failsafe until I can get back home and fix it or whatever. But at least I won't have to hear, gosh, you were gone for like 4 hours, or you were gone for a week because you're on business and I had no internet while you were here the whole time. So yeah, I mean, you can do dual Pi-holes too, but it's just like, just do that. Like, really, why spend all that extra money? Use the other Pi-hole for something else. That's what I do. That's what I like to do, and it works great. So I can still fix it if there's a problem, and we can still always have internet. So, okay, so now TeamViewer is installed. Go to, there it is, Internet TeamViewer. Yes, I have read and I accept. Continue. Here we go. And I will be changing this. We will not keep this. This will all be hidden from you guys. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go to connect. I'm going to log into my account first. Computers and contacts. And we'll do my. So, make an account if you haven't made an account. And now it's going to ask to verify. Get my phone. Got it. There it is. TeamViewer. Add trusted device. And there it is. Trust. Perfect. Once I accepted it, I'm going to hit ignore. I'm going to log back in. Okay, now we're in. I'm going to hide all of these. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, they're using other computers. I'm going to go to connections. Actually, it's under help, I think. No, it's under extras, options now. They changed it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I change this to dark. Oh, God, yes. Apply. Thank you. Oh, much better. So now start TeamViewer with system. You're definitely going to want to hit that. Start TeamViewer with system. And then we're going to want to go to remote control. And we're going to go to advanced. There we go. Advanced. There we go. We want to give full access. Where is it? Where's the one? Let me find it again. Cancel that really quick. Let me go back to extras, options. Okay, let me find this again for you guys. I want to make sure it's done correctly. Automatic, advanced. Let's go to, there you go, display language, I know it. Remote lock, remote computer now. Where are we? Let's see here. Let's see, general. We want to go to ESSER. Go back here. Get more Pi-hole. I'll go Perfect. And then, where is this? Assign to an account. There we go, that's what we needed. Stupid I am. There we go. There it is to this, assign. There we go, gotta do the password again. There we go. Now we got it. So now it's locked to me. So now we can hit there, hit apply, and hit OK. And now, there it is. This computer right here. And now what I like to do is go to this little tab here. And we're going to go to properties. And actually, you know what? No, we'll do this even better. I think there's another properties tab we can do. Oh, there it is. That's what I wanted. Pi-hole. Boom. And we'll make this okay. And then we'll go to the pie holes. So we'll go here. And we're going to go, because I have a certain way I like doing this. We'll go properties again. And I'm going to change this to be the same. I'm going to right click it now. I'm going to go Control C, because you can Control C on this. And we're going to hit cancel. And then I'm going to go back to this, settings, properties. And I'm going to go to Control V, and then I'm going to go to there we go, and hit OK. There it is. So now we got that there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then I'm going to go to my account. We're going to go click, and we're going to go sign out. And I'm going to hit exit, and guess what? This Pi-hole is done. Let's put it back in there, and let's see the difference now. I'll get back to you guys when we're out of this interface. Alright guys, so now we have it on the network, and as you can see, refresh, all those tabs are gone. All those tabs are gone. It doesn't show up anywhere. It's just gone. All those icons are gone. It's so freaking awesome and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's definitely worth it. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like on the phone. Alright guys, so here it is on the phone itself. It is really dang cool. So all I got to do is put in that password that I reminded. No, I'm not going to save it. Just let that go away. There you go. And I'll get this cleared out really quick. Tools. Why? Because it was unplugged. That's why I did this. There we go. Now it's gone. That's why I couldn't detect the Ethernet, because yeah, it wasn't unplugged yet. So I'll go back to query logs. And I have the whole interface right here. And I can look on my phone and see. And then at the very bottom here, this is where you can check to see if you're up to date. These will turn red, and you'll know that there's an update for one of these. And I will put in the command, that same command prompt that we did for the Pi-hole, that we installed it with that black. All you do is you would type in there Pi-hole, P-I-H-O-L-E space -sign with the word up, and hit enter, and it will just re-update the Pi-hole. And as soon as it's done, your Pi-hole's done. And you don't have to unplug it or nothing. You can just remotely log in and do it, and I'll show you right now. Alright guys, so now I'm in the interface on my phone, the TeamViewer interface, so I can zoom in and stuff like that. So now I'm going to go to here to show you. All you do is click this. Now I like to keep this open too. Keep it to the website you can, so where is it? You don't have to have it open while you're updating it. It's just nice if you want to log in remotely, if you don't have a VPN where you can see your stuff. You can just go to here with TeamViewer, and you can be like, well, I'm not at home, I want to look at this. And then hit your admin console. There we go. Just all I did was type the IP address in. Here, put the password in again. Hit enter. Oops, I did the wrong password. There we go. So then I can just see it remotely too, so that's really cool. I do like this about it. So 27% of the network's already been blocked. So now here's the other cool thing. So now If you want to keep it open or just minus it or whatever, but I'm just going to exit now because only I'm needing this. Exit. Actually, we get really close. I wasn't even on it. There you go. So now we'll go back to the command prompt, and all we gotta type in is PI. Oops, click it. It would help if I clicked it so it knows. There you go. PIHOLE space minus sign U. Now sometimes it won't do the U first, U second, then P, and there you go. So now I'll hit enter. Now it's going to updating local catch file and packages, available packages. It's going to search. Yep, everything is up to date, up to date, up to date, and up to date. But it would show red before it update one thing. You can do. Sometimes there's just one update for one of the Pi-hole core or web interface or the FTL. Sometimes there's just one update. You just do that and it will do it. And there's no update, so it's already done. But Pi-hole never stopped running while I did it. It's freaking awesome. And then you can just hit exit and exit out of here. That's how cool it is. So that's why I like this thing. I'm just going to hit exit. And before I do, we'll get back into my final thoughts on it. Guys, I appreciate it running this cool land with me. But yeah, I did this video for you guys. I hope you guys like it. But if you guys like these videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you guys never miss any of these videos. The most important thing is that you and your family are having a rock and rollin' day. I hope you guys try this out. This is a full tutorial of doing all the stuff on it and the remote updates, so you don't have to log into the interface. You just leave the Pi-hole there and update it. There will be more updates for the Pi-hole too. You can, the Raspberry Pi itself, you can do. It's usually at the top corner. You'll see a little arrow. Just click on the little arrow with the circle around it, and then it'll ask you, do you want to view updates and install it. That's all you got to do. It's not there right now because we already updated it, so I can't really show it to you, but I'm just giving you a heads up. But hey, the most important thing, again, I say, you and your family have a rock and rollin' day, and I hope to see you in the next video. And send this out. This thing is awesome. You guys will love it. And as I said before, make sure you stick with the regular lists first, because I want to get you guys the true interface of how it's going to work. It's going to work good. If you add too many lists, you don't know what you're doing. It could get a bad experience, and you think, oh, the Pi-hole sucks. It's like, well, maybe you had too much lists. So just stick with the default for now, and then later update it just so you know to yourself and core that it works. But hey, I'll catch you guys in the next one.